So, you were really feeling yourself. And then you bust out with the good old apology. Well, we all know how I feel about those. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. We are here for yet another episode of BACK-PEDDLIN and Pussy Poppin'. And the subject today, and I say subject because, take a look. Subject. Not human. Subject. Hazel-E. Girl, stop it. Hazel, if you've all been following social media or any of the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood stuff, then you know what's going on with Hazel-E. Hazel-E was introduced to us a couple seasons ago. And let's see. What can I say? Uglier than a motherfucker, okay? That's Hazel-E. There ain't no other. She's been compared to Toucan Sam. She's been compared to the guy Ernest from the movie that Ernest goes to this place, that place, and the other place. She's been just always compared to something, but it was always something unattractive and strange looking. Because that's Hazel. Unattractive and strange looking. Then she was bullied really bad. That's how people ended up, a lot of people ended up liking her because she was bullied really bad because of the fact that she looked like a fist in the face. So she got bullied real bad and people kind of started to like her. Well, then she supposedly had an accident and then she had to get some surgery on her nose. But while she was there, she just got a whole lot of other shit done too. And then she ended up looking acceptable. But for some reason, looking acceptable for her came through as, I'm a bad bitch now. So this is where we ended up with Hazel this season on Love and Hip Hop. And she became very unlikable. And let me just say, even when she was being liked by people, her personality was, she was delusional. She was completely delusional. Yeah, she was delusional and she was running behind a man that didn't want her and was paying her as dust and using her for everything that she had. Well, after all the surgery, then she comes back and now you're a bad bitch. Now you literally have this other person. Take a look at her. Burgundy Rose. Or Rose Burgundy or whatever. I think she looks more like a Burgundy Rose. But you have this queen running around following her and, at her every beck and call, and she's a sugar mama to him. Okay? And, like, we sat and looked at her, and I'm like, I'm 45 years old, honey. I've been who I am for a very long time. And I generally know people who are just like me, honey, when I see them. Anyway, so we meet him, and she's running around with him, treating him basically kind of like a dog. He was like her servant, and this whole kind of little thing. Because now, Madame Burgundy, she's not bad looking. She's not bad looking. And we all know when we seen her on the very first episode that she appeared on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, we knew that she could get herself a man easier and quicker than Hazel, and a cute man. You know, she's a cute little girl. So we knew that, and we just was like, okay, girl, no problem, madame. It is what it is. And, you know, it was what it was. And I guess he just kind of felt like that. You know, he was running around with Hazel. It was just like he had a man. I mean, she looked like one, but, you know, whatever. So that was that. Well, these two have actually gotten into a whole thing back and forth. Well, Hazel's been into it with everybody because her new attitude, she's a shit, so she's into it with everybody. But their last one, they got into it with someone who you really don't want to get into it with, Jess Hilarious. She ain't for the bullshit. She's like, she got a sharp tongue. She's one of those girls. She's not, child, if you can't not swing around, you don't want to play with her. She quick. She's quick and she's fast. And then look at her. She cute. So, Hazel, what did you think that you had to offer to a battle with her anyway? So she took her shots. She went to calling Jess black bitches and carrying on. Not a black bitch, honey. I said, oh, okay. So, you know, that don't really work well. So you went real ugly. She called her black bitches and all this kind of stuff. And then in the midst of it, got all flustered because when I say Jess drug her, she drug her all over these internet streets, honey. And then the little boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, Madame Burgundy, she jumped in and had some mess to say about Jess. And she took her hands off of Hazel and grabbed Miss Rose Burgundy by her hair and began to drag her and presenting receipts that said that we were right all along, that he was part of the community, whether he admitted it or not. He was one of the girls. And so I said, okay. So that was that. So they were totally beat down and feeling real bad. Then we had this other little child came out and she dropped some receipts. Another little child from the community dropped some receipts about Madame Burgundy. And honey, that really set her off. And so then they went real underhanded. After that, there was like really nasty statements about dark-skinned women being made by Hazel. And it was this, oh, they're jealous of me because of my light skin. And she went into that whole thing about the paper bag thing. You all know from way, way back in the day, if you're not lighter than a paper bag, then you're no good and all of that. She played that card. Oh, I'm light and they're all jealous of my pretty ass and this, that, and well, one thing, you're light, but you're not pretty. You're definitely light, but not pretty. And when it comes to looks, you are really a piece of yellow going to waste. I'm just saying. But whatever. So she did all that. Then Madame Rose got real groovy and set a gay flag on fire and posted that on Instagram and said that he ain't gay and all gays are going to hell and need to go to hell and they all need to die and all that bullshit. He come on out with that. And then his boyfriend, girlfriend, Hazel, jumps in and goes and likes the picture, likes the post and says, you know, likewise that gays are going to hell and it's in the Bible and this, that, thing, and the other. Really? You too? So, of course, you know that this stuff, and we're just waiting at this point. This is nothing but career suicide for them, okay? Jess Hilarious don't have to say another word. She has won across the board. She ain't got to open her mouth again. Don't even worry about it, baby. The internet will take care of it. All the dark-skinned girls are going to get them, honey. All of the, well, maybe not all the gays, but a real good percentage of us, honey, are going to get them, honey. So don't worry. And like I said, career suicide, I don't see Mona lining herself and her brand with these two goons, honey. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. I'm just waiting on a pink slip to come for your little pink and black comments, honey. So I'm just waiting. Just waiting. And it's just been, and the internet's been buzzing, and there's been some dragging going on. So now let's get to the pussy pop and the backpedal. Hazel comes back on and makes an apology. You know how I feel about those apologies. You don't mean it, so you should not do it. But her apology, see, that's the other thing. She's not pretty, and she's not smart either. But we've seen that. She's not smart. She makes an apology that's not an apology. She basically said, oh, you know, I'm sorry. Not sorry, really, that I said it. I'm sorry that I offended the people who were once my fans, because I didn't think my fans would be mad. But people were my fans that are gay. Now they're mad at me, and I'm so upset. And she goes into that whole thing, and then she says, which just made things worse, I was mad at one person in the community, not the whole community, but you condemned the whole community. And now she said she wanted to take it back because, you know, you all see my hair and my makeup and everything, and I just couldn't make it without, you know, the gay people who do my hair and my makeup. So you're apologizing because you need your hair done, bitch? This is what you classify as truthful to a fault. You ain't even got enough sense to tell another good lie. You just as truthful. You're just telling your story. You are apologizing not because you're sorry that you said it. You're apologizing because you need your hair done and your makeup done. Somebody else will do your makeup, honey. Just not one of us. But, you know, somebody will do your makeup. And at this point, you be a damn fool to sit in some queen's chair waiting to get your makeup and hair done. Baby, there's a chance that you may end up looking worse than you actually did in the beginning. Which I don't even know if that's humanly possible. But, I mean, you know. It'll probably be a real American horror story, honey. But you would be a fool to sit up underneath a queen of any type. Talking about getting anything done. Child, I can see bleach being dropped in your eye and everything else, honey. Oh, it was an accident. But she did all that. Then she went on to say, you know, I didn't necessarily say, you know, the Bible said, you know, that stuff is in the Bible. So, I mean, if you are gay or you're a man sleeping with a man, didn't say nothing about lesbians, but if you're a man sleeping with a man, that, you know, it says in the Bible that you're going to go to hell. And I didn't write the Bible, and I can't say, I mean, I don't know. Hazel, put your shovel down. You're digging your hole deeper, dumbass. I said, this girl is just clueless. Just clueless. Absolutely clueless. So, anyway, backpedaling, pussy popping, not doing a good job at it. Ain't nobody forgave you, girl. All those who were mad are still mad. And then she gave no apology to darker skinned folk. And it was more or less, it was dark skinned women that she basically blasted out against. But you know, if you feel that way about dark-skinned women, you feel that same way about dark-skinned queens and dark-skinned men and dark-skinned people, period. Bitch. So, Ain't nobody forgiving you, Hazel. Everybody's done with you. We're done with you, and we're just going to sit back now and watch your demise. Is what it is. All right, you guys. I've talked about her long enough, honey. So, it is what it is. And, Monsters Inc., honey. That's all I have to say. Monsters Inc. All right. Later.